What role has Rwanda played in the Congo Crisis? This question embarks us on a profound exploration through the tumultuous past of Central Africa, a region whose history is marked with colonial exploitation, political instability, and intricate regional power dynamics which together have sketched the complex outlines of conflict. Deep in the heart of Africa, we find the Democratic Republic of Congo. Once a territory brutally governed under the iron hand of King Leopold II of Belgium, it managed to shake off its shackles and gain independence in the year 1960. But despite gaining political sovereignty, the narrative of the nation was far from a tale of triumphant liberation. The country's vast mineral wealth, a veritable cornucopia of valuable resources, remained a persisting bone of contention. This wealth not only attracted the covetous gaze of foreign powers, but also acted as a catalyst, spawning corruption and incubating authoritarian rule within the country's own confines. This led to an internal political landscape marred by greed and power struggles, further complicating Congo's post-colonial journey. Parallel to the unfolding drama in Congo, the narrative of its neighbor, Rwanda, was being shaped by leaders like Paul Kagame and Yoweri Museveni. These leaders rose to power through the crucible of armed struggle, steering their countries through volatile periods filled with both transformation and conflict. Among these leaders, Kagame stood out. He played an instrumental role in ceasing the Rwandan genocide of 1994, a monstrous event that led to the tragic loss of over 800,000 innocent lives. This genocide wasn't just a disastrous chapter in Rwanda's history. It sent shockwaves throughout the region, its effects bleeding beyond Rwanda's borders and altering the regional dynamics. The Hutu extremists, who were the primary perpetrators of this horrific genocide, took refuge in the DRC, then known as Zaire. The infiltration of these extremists into the country further added to the existing instability and turmoil, exacerbating the crisis and throwing the region into a vortex of escalating tension and conflict. This mass exodus of Hutu extremists Zaire, coupled with the pre-existing political and socio-economic complications, set the stage for a devastating and prolonged humanitarian crisis. In the face of these regional upheavals and turbulent dynamics, Rwanda's role in the Congo crisis gains profound significance. The actions and decisions of Rwanda's leaders, their responses, and strategic maneuvers in these volatile circumstances have had lasting impacts, influencing the trajectory of the Congo crisis and shaping the course of Africa's complex history. Hence, understanding the role Rwanda played in the Congo crisis necessitates a deep dive into the interwoven narratives of both nations, their leaders, historical events, and the broader regional context. It reminds us that in the grand tapestry of history, the threads of one nation's story are often intricately woven into the narratives of its neighbors, shaping and being shaped by regional dynamics and events. Hutu extremists responsible for the genocide fled into the DRC, then known as Zaire, causing further destabilization. One of the most notable manifestations of the Congo crisis was the M23 movement. This rebel faction, which received substantial assistance from Rwanda and Uganda, played a central role in escalating the strife in the Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo, DRC. Known for their relentless and brutal approach to warfare, the M23 rebels were not just a ragtag group of discontented individuals. Instead, they represented a well-organized and sophisticated military operation, an entity with clear political objectives and aspirations. It's believed that their insurgency, not merely a byproduct of localized unrest, but was fueled by a variety of factors including deep-seated political grievances, complex regional dynamics, and the seemingly insurmountable challenges that plague the nation, such as poverty, corruption, and the struggle for resources. This potent mixture of factors subsequently led to an escalation of violence, causing untold suffering and displacement among the populace. Rwanda's role in this conflict, though often disputed, was far from passive. The small, landlocked nation shared a contentious history with the DRC, further complicating the crisis. Joseph Kabila, who assumed the mantle of leadership following the assassination of his father, Laurent Kabila, found himself confronting opposition not just from within his country, but also from Rwanda and Uganda. These nations, which had been instrumental in his rise to power, suddenly turned antagonistic. Rwanda in particular drew the world's attention with its alleged involvement in the illegal gold trade in eastern DRC, a highly controversial and destructive practice. This trade, besides causing untold environmental damage and promoting lawlessness, served to intensify the conflict further. The gold sourced from the mines provided a significant source of funding for the rebels, offering them the means to fuel their insurgency. It was widely believed that this trade was tacitly, if not overtly, supported by Rwanda. Its backing for the M23 rebels, whether through the provision of arms, logistics, or simply turning a blind eye to their activities, was also a significant factor in the ongoing crisis. The rebels, for their part, were reportedly equipped with sophisticated military-grade weapons. These were not just guns and ammunition, but included complex equipment like night vision goggles and state-of-the-art devices. The fact that the rebels had access to such high-tech weaponry raised questions about who exactly was providing them with this level of support. Speculation ranged from neighboring nations to international arms traffickers, but one thing was certain: the rebels were well-funded and well-armed. These rebels were reportedly equipped with sophisticated military-grade weapons, raising questions about the source of their funding and support. Despite facing criticism for his human rights record and involvement in regional conflicts, Rwanda's leader, Paul Kagame, has maintained close ties with Western powers. Widely recognized as a statesman of considerable influence and acumen, Kagame's rise to power has been marked by a certain unshakable determination. This determination, coupled with a remarkable ability to navigate the tumultuous waters of international relations, has seen him establish potent alliances with numerous Western nations. Notwithstanding these alliances, Kagame's approach to governance has not been devoid of friction. One example of this can be seen in his confrontations with France. Unlike his interactions with other Western powers, Kagame's relationship with France has been characterized by a certain level of strain. France, like few other European countries, has been openly critical of Kagame's leadership style, causing a chill in their bilateral relations. These strained relationships, however, have not deterred Kagame from his unwavering commitment to the national growth of Rwanda. His leadership style, driven by an ambitious vision for his country, has attracted both admiration and criticism. Some quarters see Kagame as a beacon of hope, a visionary who has carved out a path of progress for Rwanda amidst countless hurdles. His focus on economic growth, social development, and political stability has been credited with propelling Rwanda in a positive direction. Contrarily, there are those who voice criticism, arguing that Kagame's style of leadership is too authoritarian, lacking in democratic values. They claim his vision for Rwanda is realized at the cost of freedom and human rights. This dichotomy of views paints a picture of a leader who is as much revered as he is reviled. Reflecting on these dynamics, it's evident that Rwanda's role extends beyond its own borders. The country's involvement in the Congo Crisis is a testament to this. With roots in historical, political, and regional dynamics, Rwanda's role in this crisis is not only multifaceted, it's also complex. It has ranged from offering support to rebel movements to being involved in the illegal gold trade. These actions have had significant implications not just for the Democratic Republic of Congo, but for the entire region. The reverberations of Rwanda's activities have been felt far and wide, shaping the course of not just Congo, but other nations as well. The Congo Crisis, therefore, is not just a Congolese issue, but a regional one, with Rwanda playing a crucial role in shaping its trajectory.